Steve, congratulations. Whitworth University, Northwest Conference champions, both the men and the women this year. Just a great performance by the teams at the King County Aquatic Center, Weyerhaeuser Aquatic Center, a couple weekends ago in Federal Way. What stood out for you over that weekend?
The overall team performance really is what stood out, men and women. It was so much fun to see the energy on the pool deck, how both teams came together and supported and rallied for each other, and it was just a really exciting meet. Lots of wonderful swims up and down the lineup, both from men and women. Our sprint freestylers were doing terrific. We had great distance swimmers, the IMs and the strokes. I mean, everything was clicking for us. We had a great weekend.
With a team that is primarily first years and sophomores on the women's side, does winning this championship make them hungry to do it again, or do you sense that that they feel like they've accomplished what they want to, or how do you keep this momentum going?
We talked about it on the bus on the way home of, hey, this was so much fun. Let's do this again. And not only do this again, but, let's be looking bigger and looking beyond and seeing, can we represent Whitworth at the NCAA championship and the national meet? And we talked about, like, what that would require. And, yeah, I think there was so much good, positive energy and excitement, and people felt so good about what they had accomplished that I really am hoping it will roll forward into the next season, and I think that it can.
This past weekend, you had the opportunity to host a last chance meet and had some swimmers from Linfield University come up and participate as well. Mm-hmm. There was one performance that stood out amongst the others. Tell us about Henry's race.
Yeah, Henry had a terrific race. He was all by himself up in the middle of the pool and got up and just went an incredible time. Lifetime best time again by over a second. Smashed his best time from the week before at conference championships. Snuck under our team record. That was held by Wes Tatum, who's a former All-American for us. And went a lifetime best time by a good bit. And more importantly, that ranked him at the time 14th in the country for D3. And, in the next few days, we'll see where that time ultimately does stand up and if he gets an invitation to the national meet. So pretty exciting for him.
And explain real quickly how that process works as far as getting into the national meet.
Yeah. So there's an A standard and a B standard. If you make the A standard, you're automatically in, but it's pretty fast. Normally they take like the winning time over the last 3 years in a particular event, whatever that average is, and that is the A standard. Everybody else, which is pretty much everybody, that makes a B standard, which is what Henry made, is in it for consideration. There's a hard cap they put on the meet for how many men are in the meet. I think it's like 280 some men. And they will only bring that many. First, they will fill 16 people deep in every event. And then once that's done, they fill all the relays. And then once that's done, then they start going line by line, event by event, with whoever is closest to the national record on their B selection cut until they hit that magical number of 280 so men. And so that line can fluctuate on any year, given how many relay-only swimmers there are, how many people have qualified in multiple events instead of just one event. There are some things that will make that line float up and down. So on any given year, they could take as few as 15 or 16. They could take as many as 21 or 22. Typically, they'll usually take 17 or 18 in an event. And so Henry is on the bubble right now, and so we're anxiously kind of awaiting to see if he squeaked in. I hope that he did. Certainly deserves the chance to go. He did a great job this year. We're very proud of him regardless of what happens.